Okay, you are in for another treat. If this is the first time you've gone behind the scenes with us, let me just give you a little backstory. At the Decorating and Staging Academy, every year we have a contest. It's this Distinguished Style Award. Say that three times. Um, and the winners do awesome. I mean, it's incredible some of the entries that we get. But we found a couple years ago that there were so many tips and things to learn when we went behind the scenes with the winners. So that's what we started doing. So, um, as always, we are going to kind of give you the backstory a little bit, how you get selected. Anybody can enter the contest. So I encourage you to take advantage. Details are on the DSA website. A panel of five industry experts judge. So the way it happens, somebody puts all the entries together so we don't see who they are. And then we start really analyzing, dissecting, and we really look at transformations. We look at rules. Did you honor the design principles? And and that's so important because you can have a gorgeous room, that first blush of it, but it's important to keep those design principles evident and not break those. So, and I will tell you, the winners love it because they get tons of press, they get bragging rights for their whole lifetime, and they get promoted. They get press releases, showcased on the sites and groups. So, don't miss the opportunity to enter next year. So I am so excited because you guys know that we all love color and what a major transformation color can make in our spaces. So today we're going behind the scenes with our color transformation winner, which is Angie Whitmore. Hey, Angie.
Hi, guys.
So Angie took my class a long time ago. I think it was in Tampa. We took it,
Mhm.
offered it, and she is amazing, talented from the get go. But tell them a little bit about you, Angie.
First of all, if I may, I want to thank Sandra, you for the incredible training, of course. And it was a career transformation moment for me, as well as I want to thank all the judges on the panel for the selection and the process. And winning these awards, it's been amazing. So thank you so much.
Well, hey, listen, and I always like to put the disclaimer because I have had a couple past students win in the categories. I will tell you, promise you, I did not know who any of them were. And there were a lot of other people weighing in. So I really do promise. So, Angie, you've been in business 15 years. Have you stayed in the same location or have you made any moves or?
I stayed in Tampa after the classes and really started staging, and that career just kind of took off and metamorphosed into different avenues, working with different real estate agents. Then it led into remodeling, and then it led into design. And design is really a great passion of mine. So it's metamorphosed in that, which when you get the creative and your passion together, it's magical. So it's been great. I recently took a leap of faith and moved to Fort Lauderdale, Boca. So I've been here less than a year. But here we are. So now I'm doing a lot more designing and less staging because, of course, we have COVID and there's not as many open houses and things like that in the world. But we're getting through that through virtual, just like this.
Yeah, we got to adapt. And guys, how nice to have this kind of award being a national award winner behind your name when you make a move and you are trying to attract new clients. Oh,
Absolutely.
Angie, I have to tell you, when we popped this before picture up on the screen, we're like, "Oh, we didn't have words." So tell us about your before shot here.
Well, truthfully, I was lucky enough to meet a real estate agent that I had started doing some staging work for she, and they had brought me here to this property, and it was a pocket listing, and wanted to know if I what I was going to do to transform this space. And as you all can see, there's a lot going on here. So I always name my properties. This one was called Golden Girls ALF. because we've got the Mahjong bridge tables in the back. We've got all the cafeteria lighting. We've got the fabulous paisley and these things. And although lovely for the former clients, to be able to stage that and transform it to appeal to the masses, it was going to be a big undertaking. However, the real estate agent, being as successful as she is, had a buyer. So the buyer came in, and he was actually another one of my staging clients. So that's where this opportunity began. And he came in and did not know what the heck to do.
I also love to, nothing is singular, maybe except the sofa. But look, we've got, three mirrors that get to reflect some more, clutter or, busyness behind us. We have busy sofa, busy lighting. We can't even put one coffee table. It was busy, but
Yes. Yes. So this is interesting because the client that ended up purchasing this unit, had the real estate agent had contacted me. So I went there to stage it. I'll call it more fluff staging, where rearranging the furniture, minimizing, appealing to the masses. Really changing around artwork, which was a big deal in this unit. And he is a new bachelor and an executive, and this was foreign to him. So he really wanted to know where the money was going and what was going to happen. Well, after they got an offer the next day, he was a believer and completely convinced. So that's the greatest thing, when you can gain that trust, especially of a bachelor and an executive that is a kind of a different mindset, if you will. So when he purchased this property, because of the trust, it allowed me to go in there and say, okay, this is what we're going to do.
I love that. And that's the thing. One job can lead to another. So, all right. So now that this topic that we all have to address when we're working with clients is the budget.
Okay. Actually, I had a budget for staging of the previous property. This one, I didn't have one at all, which is a great thing. I am very cost conscious, always have been. But now that the trust was there, he wanted to make it his own. And so that's what we started to do.
I love it. So, okay, so you really started with the color in this versus matte, a lot of times we talk about if you have an inspiration piece or something that you're color matching, but you really started with the color. And was there anything that you were trying to color match, or you just picked a good color?
Well, I learned in your class, I had to take the elements that we were keeping, and I had to neutralize the property. So alabaster is one of my greatest go-to colors, of neutralizing there. There was a lot, no pun intended, but there's a lot of yellow in that Golden Girls former site. So I had to get rid of that. And it had almost burlappy kind of curtains and a lot of lime green. So wanted to neutralize that. So we did alabaster throughout the entire property. And then the accent wall that I knew we were going to do, and I knew that the artwork of Frida and Diego were going there. I was planning to go with software, and in fact, we did do software for the first coat. My instincts were right. It was too safe. However, it was the commonality of the two paintings, and it was fine. But my instinct said, nope, let's push it. So that's when we went to iron ore, and it just made it have a wow factor and really popped that art.
That's gorgeous.
And yeah, it was great. But everything that we learn in color transformation is there. So that's what it was.
And see, guys, this is a big jump. I mean, this is one of those ones, if you didn't already have that know, like, and trust factor going with your client, they would probably be going, oh my, are you sure? Because I mean, if on the strip, if you guys remember, iron ore is, because it is so saturated, is down at the bottom. I mean, it is a deep value. it's a desaturated color, but it is a deep value, so it's at the bottom of the strip. Um, that is great. And you know what? A color like that by itself would be like overwhelming, but I know you're dying to see the end result. So here it is. That is incredible. Incredible, Angie. Oh,
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. And by the way, the air conditioning return was painted iron ore too. Sorry, it's not in that picture, but so I didn't leave it like that. I'll have to send you a new one. Sorry. But
and I love that. That's one of those above and beyond tips that you can suggest to your client that it's like, oh gosh, I would have never thought of that. Or, just, and in fact, we did, it was like almost a $3 million house and they sent the wrong registers. And we are going to the market. When we're having an open house, we literally have them in the yard spray painting them. So, I mean, it's not a fix for just it's any price point is what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. I'm so excited. So, I mean, what a different, and you know what? I do love the way that backdrop allowed for this beautiful art to kind of pop. If it had just been alabaster, I mean, it would have been gorgeous and it would have, coordinated and it would have been in your color story, but that is incredible. I love it.
well, and alabaster would have looked great if, as you can see with the floors and the side walls and alabasters too. And then if you see the artwork, you can see the commonality where software color, the paint is there, where some of those squares, and it would have been fine. But I really wanted to make it look more like an art gallery, forgive me, and focus on the art and let it all pop. So that's the power of color.
And also your chair selection just really did work beautifully. It's just such a nice compliment.
Thank you. That was a client's choice. So
And you know what? And working, if you clients have some good ideas sometimes. That's where your color knowledge directs them to the right color exactly. So I popped this in here. I just pulled it. Angie sent it to me.
mhm.
These are a great option for highlighting different things. So see how she has directed the light to the artwork. Tell them how you found this light fixture, this chandelier.
Well, the client, and by the way, I repurposed, if you remember on the previous picture, all those uh, where the other hanging lights were for the Golden Girls picture.
Oh,
I was
right.
able to repurpose the same electrical there. And trying to do that, I wanted to get a light fixture where we did not have to redo all the electrical there. We were, if I needed to, I was going to have to. However, this is a condo building, so there's concrete above, so it wouldn't have been that
Mm.
simple. So that was thing one. Thing two, the client wanted track lighting. And that's fine. And in fact, I had it on site. But as a designer, I wanted to be able to take it to a new level because although purposeful, it's not necessarily the most designery kind of lighting. So I went ahead and took a risk and purchased these without just to have on site and ended up putting them up to achieve the same that task lighting that the track lighting would have done, but also be a beautiful chandelier kind of look to show off the art. And if you notice, they're kind of a matte black, and the three sections on those chandeliers are movable. So that's why I was able to do that. And there's gold inside of them, kind of glitzy gold in
Can you see
there,
what
but
it is?
not terrible. It just gives it that kind of designer feel.
Well, and it actually pulls this color in the artwork. And I love too that because this could be busy if it, let's say, was a contrast, but because it
Mhm.
is that matte black, I love the way it just kind of didn't like overpower the room. Um,
Exactly. And those lights also, if you see on the left, it's future coming. There's a niche there that more artwork's going in, but I'm able to move the light so it can also
oh,
do the same thing that the track lighting would have done, but still be a beautiful chandelier looking piece as well.
I love it. And this was an all modern, you said, but you got it from Wayfair. So,
Yes, so from All Modern, which is housed underneath the Wayfair home.
um, and guys, it was Angie, roughly, I don't remember, I don't know if you remember this off the top of your head with all the clients. Roughly, do you remember how much it was?
the light fixture.
Uh-huh.
I think they were 330, 350, maybe something
Yeah,
like that. But they look like something that's thousands of dollars, out of
absolutely.
Architectural Digest or something, which I love. But it's a way of doing these things um, that we can achieve the look, but not necessarily kill the budget.
Love that point. And your clients and everybody that walks in are going to say, just like we all did, oh my gosh, those are so unique. Where'd you get them? You're not seeing them at Home Depot.
No, you're not. And so it was just great to have a client with that trust, let me push it, because I love doing that. That's my passion. And so it could have been the plain gray software paint. There's nothing wrong with that. It could have been track lining, nothing wrong with that. But I was happy that he let me go, because if he would have come in there and seen that iron art on the wall without the art, without the lights,
Good point.
that would have been extreme risk. And it didn't happen that way. So it was good. It evolved.
I even love it. And I think you had said this to me earlier. Even when your painter calls and says, are you sure? That's when you, yes, I'm positive. Just get to painting.
Yes, yes. Well, we had a paint specification list that I always have for the client, and then the subs and all of that. And this was a change. And I had told them, I said, I don't know, my instincts there. I'm not sure about the software paint. And he knows me well enough to be, okay, all right, let me know, that they appeased me. So yeah, so that really wasn't part of the original plan, but that's the great thing about color transformation and design, where it metamorphoses and morphs into a great, great project. So
And I love that point too, because sometimes, and especially if you're new to the business, you think you can't, change your mind. You will look at it like you're making a mistake. No, I mean, by wording it and getting that, following your gut instinct, you can say, now that I have placed this color in the room, I'm gonna go one level down or deepen the value, whatever it is. That's where your expertise in explaining it comes in. But it's not a mistake as much as it can be a fine tuning, or now that we're in this space, I would like to go more intense and more dramatic. And they appreciate that.
well, and it's also that trust factor that you learn, really, Sandra, through you in the course. It gives you the baseline. So you're able to pick the right tones, the intensity levels, etc., with trust that you think. But it also, after experience, lets you go to the next level, and with everything that we've learned. For example, iron ore is pretty close to Diego's hair, or there's actually print, it looks like newspaper print in there. So that commonality is there. It just was
Mm.
risky.
I love it. So if you guys are anywhere near Angie, reach out, because she will help you. I mean, we have all really loved even helping give advice to, if you're starting out. But clients will be able to see this. These will be on YouTube. So reach out to Angie, and she can help you.
I would love to. Thanks.
So it just in closing, be sure and connect with us. You can go, we have a decorating and staging group on Facebook. If you want to be recognized, Angie and all the winners and any of the professionals can be listed on the Decorating and Staging Academy directory. This is just, I picked Carol Bassett so you could look at hers. There is all of the details, like on Angie's now, it will say 2021 National Award winner. Huh.
Yay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just more recognition. People get to know where to find you, a little bit about you. You can write a bio, have a photo here, connect with social media. So take advantage of that and call us if you have any questions. But Angie, thanks for taking us behind the scenes today on this awesome transformation.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the award and the opportunity. I really appreciate it all. And it's just exciting and fun. And it's great with working with all of you that are creative, just to, when you win something like this or you earn something like this, just to be a part of all the peer group that understand what it takes to do these things is even more special.
Thank you. That's a great way to say it. We love cheering for each other. And so reach out and connect with us. Have a great day. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you so much.